There is a lot of argument and debate on what data centers are, why they're popping up everywhere. Well, let me shed some light onto that. If you're looking at YouTube, if you are a YouTube contributor, guess where that data is being stored? We're going to talk about the relationship right here, right now on the Ujamaa network. In my 30 some odd years of supporting PCs and applications for major organizations, it never ceases to amaze me how people get it so messed up when they have a computer problem, such as like I forgot a password, or trying to reset an application that has frozen on them. Well, in a virtual environment, nothing is stored on your PC. And despite you telling the individual this, it doesn't really sink in because they equate their problem with the PC that they're on. And same thing with social media and all the content creations that's going on all the different applications or platforms like TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. What you have to understand is that every time you take out that phone and you record yourself making a little funny skit or talking about red pill conversations, finances, recipes, your favorite, restaurant, whatever, reviews, all of that data gets stored not on your phone to be shared throughout the millions of people who are going to view it. It gets stored in a data center. And a data center is literally drinking the water in your neighborhood right out of the source. And this is where that conversation needs to start and stop. If you are contributing to the problem that you're talking about, you are a hypocrite. You are a hypocrite. Now, this is no endorsement of the corporate structure of what a data center is. It's just a massive scale and size, but that scale and size is only being created because there's money there. And we live in a capitalistic society. The fact that there are so many data centers being built right now in this country, so much so that it's scaring the locals, they have to understand that's where the demand is. Companies are not pulling out millions of dollars in investment and willing to destroy the ecosystems of your local actuaries and waterways for no reason. They're coming after that cash because they see where this thing is going. This industry is all about building it, and they will come.
In Columbus, Georgia, where they are trying to pass a data center called Project Ruby. And I spoke today, so there's no data centers. I spoke today at the council public meeting about how we need a moratorium, like most counties are approving, right? Tell me how at this meeting, council members slipped up and said, when we approve this next week, when they approve the overlay that we are trying to fight.
So, a little PSA to McLennan County residents. We're getting a data center, apparently. I have faith that we don't, but apparently we're getting a data center in Waco. Now, that's a bad thing because we all know, everybody on TikTok knows that data centers are not good. They're not good for communities. They're not good for residents. They're not good for anything. That data centers literally do nothing, destroy, and just take more resources that we need than normal.
The sediment from the data center. That's just from the water coming out of your faucet.
Yeah, and this is what's in all pipes.
Just the well itself is probably 20,000, and that's not counting with
All the replacement of the fixtures and faucets,
just
toilets, and the lines that come underneath the house. It's overwhelming because you really feel like you are up against this huge wall that you can't
The passion is fine, but the problem is this. You and I are both contributing to the problem right now. Every time you upload a video on a platform such as this, TikTok and YouTube, you're creating data to be stored in a data center. This is why they're building up. Multiply your 1-2 minute video by the millions of people who are uploading videos across this country, across the world, every minute. Every minute. Yes, 20, 30, 100 megs is not a whole lot when we're talking about petahashes worth of data. This is the size and scale and scope of what you're uploading. This is the size and scale of the problem that you're generating. And because we have this data out there, the infrastructure behind it is what causes this problem to keep growing. I wish more people would understand the relationship between what you post and what's being built out in your backyard. Then we can start focusing on a solution that benefits the environment instead of destroying it. Every transaction you make on Amazon, every order you make on Shein, every video you stream from Netflix or from Prime or from Hulu, every transaction you make as a day trader, data is being stored. Period, point blank. Every OnlyFans account, every time you pay somebody with a Cash App, this data is getting stored. We have to understand our relationship in this problem. Now, how do we provide a solution for that problem? Is it simply enough to put a moratorium on it? How about attacking the data collection? Maybe that's an answer. But until you know what your role is in this thing, how are you going to point your fingers and say, oh, data center bad? And you're literally using a data center to put your message out. Just something to think about. I'll talk to you later.